My name is Brandon Harris. I'm the Assistant Unit Director here at the Homer Hannum Club.
I'm Thomas Walker. I am the director here at the Homer Hannum Boys and Girls Club.
I was a club kid until about the 7th grade when I got real involved in school, like sports and after school activities. So I was an avid club kid growing up, and I just loved going there every day when my mom dropped me off.
The best part, honestly, to me is that I get to change the culture for the kids. And one thing these kids really don't get a chance to see is something different. I mean, right across the street at the gas station, you see a host of things that these kids got to walk past every day. Literally on side streets. I mean, the uniformity of everything they see on a daily basis is almost negative. And these are the people they have to look up to. These are the examples they see in the street. The thing I get a pleasure out of, I get a joy out of, is that when you come here, we're showing you there's another way. I get a real joy out of seeing kids saying, hey, I respect our teen lounge coordinator. I love Mr. Vick. I like Mr. Vick. I like Mr. Seth. To show you that, hey, there are positive role models that ain't in the street, that ain't doing you every day. So I think that's the biggest thing for me, just to show a kid that there is another way than what you see in social media, what you're seeing every day on your block. But you come to the club, we changing culture. That's why I'm trying to introduce so many new things.
I want to say every day. I go home every day because I love my job. I go home every day, love my job, because I feel like every day, even if it's like the slightest bit of change I make in a kid, I just know I made that little change. There's also a teenager named Jemai. He went through a big deal, like he got robbed and mugged. And him just coming and talk to me about that, just hearing that story, me being able to talk him through different situations since then, that was one of the hardest, that's like one of the worst stories I've ever heard from a kid. And like him coming in my office the next day and talking to me about it, I feel like that's like a big thing to me, because he opened up to me before any of the other staff, which, like I said, it was just life-changing, like to know that someone wanted to come to me and talk to me about stuff like that.
The kid here, he was robbed at gunpoint for his brand new Jordans. A kid seen him, put a gun to his face and said, hey, I'm gonna kill you if you don't give me your shoes. We had a staff here who had some tennis shoe connection, brought him in 2 pair of new Jordans, and that was like, his mom cried in front of us. That was a real big day for me. I can't speak for anybody out there, but if you've been robbed at gunpoint, I have before, which I can relate to this kid. It's a traumatizing situation. He would come to me, Mr. Walker, I can't sleep because I keep thinking about it. But just to talk to him on a daily basis, to know that, hey, at least we can try to do something. The world is much bigger than what they see in the 10-block radius, which a lot of these kids don't understand just yet. And I think that's our goal, our duty, is to make them understand that, hey, this world is way bigger than what you see every day walking to school or walking home. And what we try to do in the club is try to present that in many ways. It does take a community. Problem is, we're only one part of that community.
My name is Devin Tursky. I am the unit director at the Carson Family Boys and Girls Club. I'd been looking for a long time for something that I was going to be happy in, and in one of my social work classes, the girl had suggested it to me, telling me I got this opportunity to work with kids, and she explained the different departments to me, and I had called around to all the clubs and I'd found an opening, and that's when I met Kelly, and I went in and I interviewed for the arts and crafts position and got it. I think we come here every day and we do something of substance. I decided at a very young age that my goal was to affect as many people as possible. Personally, I think I was probably 12 years old when my grandma adopted me, and it was the first time for me that I felt loved and cared for. And 12 seems really late for that. So I said that I would do my best to be that kind of person for everyone that I could be. be somebody the kids can look up to and they can count on and they can trust. They deserve to feel like there's somebody and that there's somebody out there for them. And that's what I wanted to be. So, you know, we have these extraordinary kids in just bad circumstances. They don't have anybody on their side. They get lost, they get looked over, they fall through the cracks. You know, we're this gap between school and home. You know, maybe we can stop that. They have this one place that they can count on an adult. There's somebody always here for them. You know, they go home and, you know, no one wants to help them with their homework, or, you know, the teachers are getting tired. You know, here we can stop that. We can be that gap and, you know, help them with stuff like that. I had a little girl at one of the clubs I was working at. Her teachers had kind of talked to us about how she wasn't performing in class. She was falling asleep. She wasn't turning in homework, and we took this special interest in her. You know, we signed her agenda book daily. We checked in with her, asked her what was going on at home. Maybe it was something at home. Worked with her. You know, she showed us her homework every day. We turned it in together. You know, I checked on her after school. You know, she raised all her grades up, and she got this A in this subject that she was like failing in, and she ran up to me and was like, "You were right, I could do it, you were right, you were right." And, you know, she hugged me, and you know, that's just one success story of many, but you know, everybody can be successful, and that's why we're here.
Hello, my name is Janae Williams. I am the assistant director at the North Boys and Girls Club, and I've been with the clubs for 3 years.
My name is Ryan Geske, and I'm the unit director at the North Toledo Boys and Girls Club, Sherman Elementary. I've been with Boys and Girls Clubs for 15 years.
I always knew since high school I wanted to work at a Boys and Girls Club because I've always wanted to work with kids because my degree is in psychology. The kids, they're so excited for whatever reason, and you have no idea, but they're excited to see you. They're excited to be here, and I feel like that makes it great. A lot of environmental challenges come into play, and you meet kids that may not eat all the time, and it's sad, and you have to learn to not take work home with you all the time. You can't like lose sleep and stress out. You just have to do what you can do to help them. And another challenge would probably be trying to guide and structure to help them and benefit them for their futures when environmentally they're used to something completely different than what you do inside of the club.
Let's see, about 6 years ago we planned a field trip with the North Club when I was a director at the East Club, and the kids didn't know it at the time, but I was going to propose to my then girlfriend. We went ice skating at Tam O'Shanter, and I always knew I wanted the kids to be part of that day. And we planned it out where the kids were going to hold up letters that said Boys and Girls Clubs, but when they flipped it over it said, "Will you marry Ryan?" And it all worked out great. She said yes, and been happily married since that day. So it was great because the kids were a part of that day, and I always knew I wanted them to be a part of that day. So, and actually, 2 of the kids that were on that field trip are now working as tech teams at the North Toledo Club.
There's this member, Jenna, and when I first started, she was just always attached to me by the hip. I worked in the library, and she would sit with me and do worksheets, and we would just talk. And I think because she felt like she could talk to me, she just told me about her home life. She's adopted, and she felt comfortable with me coming. She felt comfortable coming to me with just like personal women issues, and I would make her feel comfortable about that, and like to go home and talk to her mom about it. And now we have this bond. Like, she feels comfortable enough that we have that relationship, that she can talk to me, that she wants to be with me outside of the club, which I know I can't do, but I feel like I've done her a service that she knows she has an adult that she can trust, that she can talk to, that she can laugh with. And when she's not doing the best, or her behavior, her attitude isn't something that I expect, she knows that I'm gonna tell her and like remind her what my expectations are, because she should always, you know, respect herself, respect others, behave as a young lady, and so on and so forth. So definitely Jenna.
My name is Raymond Smith Watkins, and I am the Assistant Unit Director at the East Toledo Boys and Girls Club.
I'm Kelly Dooling. I'm the Unit Director, and I'm the Unit Director at the East Toledo Boys and Girls Club. I've been with Boys and Girls Clubs of Toledo for 28 years.
I would say the best part of my day at the Boys and Girls Club is just knowing that I'm responsible for 150 kids a day and responsible for them having fun and being a part of a respectful environment.
The best part is coming into school and seeing the kids, and when they know my name and they're glad to see me.
Some of the challenges of a young kid is just basically learning how to be a leader and not following the crowd, and just teaching them how to be themselves and being respectful and learning how to respect other people. We had a Valentine's Day dance recently, and the kids, each kid had to bring a canned good to gain access to it. So I told the kids, like, if we have 185 kids, we need 185 cans. I don't care if one person brings 5, I don't care if one person brings 10, I don't care if one person brings 1, all 185, but there were people that they realized, like, all right, my friend, they didn't bring their can, so I'm gonna bring a can for them. So, and at the end of the day, I had all the canned goods on the, in the front by the DJ, so they all could see like how many canned goods they brought, but that was just like a moment where I was like, wow, they really understand it. Like, it's stuff that's bigger than yourself. Like, if you can help somebody else out, it's bigger, it's to the greater cause of the whole situation.
Prior to Sherman School opening, we had been in the old Sherman, in the cafeteria, and in the gym, and we would use the library. And so we had 3 small rooms, and we did, 20, 25 kids a day. And we had fun, and we were a little family, and we did a lot. But that first day we were open, when the kids walked into the games room, it was Christmas. And they walked in and they stopped and they went, and they didn't know where to go and what to do. They didn't know what to do first. And it was just so amazing to see them and to know that we gave them something new. It wasn't used, it wasn't handed down, it was theirs. And that was honestly the best day ever. I'll never forget those kids just walking in and stopping and going, oh my goodness. I mean, they was the best day ever.
I really do want to thank every donor, everyone who's going to be in attendance.
Thank you to you all. We truly appreciate what you guys do for us.
Thank you for your support.
And I thank you all for your support in being a part of this bigger picture of helping our youth.
Thank you for all you do helping support the Boys and Girls Clubs in our mission.
Thank you for your generosity.
Thank you all.
I don't think they know how far their donations go as far as day-to-day operations here at the club.
Thank you guys for all you guys do for the club, for the support, for our movement. It's greatly appreciated to us as a staff and the kids more.
Without you guys, we couldn't do what we do every day.
Thank you for investing in the lives of our kids.